Hi guys, it's Julia here, and for those who don't know me, I'm a third year design management and culture student here at UAL. I am also just about to finish my sandwich year of work experience, and this is my reflective account of my progress in Diploma in Professional Studies. I hope you enjoy it. From the role that communication design played in reimagining classical environments to accommodate the restricted living and working conditions, complex ideas of climate emergency expressed in the Urge Collective I became a part of, to transitional remote solutions driven by the Zoom meetings and Blackboard collaborate communities of practice sessions. The broad and complex spectrum of design practices functioned really no matter if we found ourselves in another lockdown or not. However, where does a design strategist like myself come into play in this design ecosystem? How did I fit in this equation, and what has this DPS brought out of me? Whereas my report focuses on the technical and academic evaluation of my DPS experiences, I decided to focus more on the raw and emotional highlights of the challenges that really made this DPS year what it was in this presentation. As we rolled into DPS year in the midst of 2020, the comfort brought by the normality of digital remote life created a weird sense of discomfort with pre-COVID connectivity. As my professional skills are highly connected to strategy workshops, facilitation, or in-person audits and face-to-face collaboration, I had to really upskill my strategist toolkit and basically create a new arsenal of digitally based skills and guides from ground up. Changes within the professional setting and COVID restrictions made me consider the way my work could be presented when I would not be able to facilitate them in person. I diverged my facilitation and practice style into more effective workshop presentations, weekly guides, and support system that could really guide my team throughout the weekly schedule. I focus on automating the projects through the use of Notion, shared Google Sheets, and focus on bringing my insights on projects in weekly summaries for the managers to stay updated. Zoom and Microsoft team meetings became the base to quick explanations before the start of the day and catch ups after each stage completed. Mary Kay is an independent American beauty product based company, also known as one of the first glass ceiling breakers. The simplistic objective of Mary Kay Ash to enhance women's life after over 57 years of development turned into a multi-billion-dollar company based in nearly 40 countries. In the beginning of 2021, Mary Kay was looking for independent young creatives to create a 360 omni-channel brand story through an open, globally designed competition facilitated by ArtsThread. The objective of the strategy was aimed at introducing young women to the Mary Kay brand and therefore building a new customer segment. As part of my DPS objective, I said myself at the beginning of year, I decided to take more challenges that are global, like this design competition, to not only develop my strategist portfolio, but also possibly build my personal brand with the public submission. And as the result, it went pretty well, or actually better than that, as my strategy has been awarded an overall third prize and has been acknowledged not only by founder of ArtThread, but the creative director of Mary Kay, who I have been in contact with after the results went live. I honestly feel that experiences like this that are a little bit outside of my normal working system and my freelance job really make me challenge myself, make my work more visible to the public, therefore also bringing more eyes to my work and my developments. I can already see projects lined up after the results went live, so I'm excited for the future path in that realm. Next highlight of my DPS year and the challenge that really transformed my way of working is Urge Collective Youth Assembly. So the Urge Collective, for those who don't know, is a creative industry agency dedicated to system change. Members of Urge are leading figures, strategists, designers, and entrepreneurs known globally for their transitional work and strategy. At the end of 2020, they created a global challenge to choose and expand Urge to the next youth members of the board. As I found the purpose behind my practice while working on sustainability strategies with Selfridges and leading sustainable agency during my PP unit, I decided to give this challenge a shot. And through my pitch creation to my proposal, I really paid a lot of attention into my realization of the project. And as for the result, I've got accepted to the collected at the beginning of March and has been in contact and meetings ever since. And I can't wait for the results that are gonna come the next year and so on. Other achievements that I already mentioned in academic report that I really wanted to highlight for their realization are leading, creating, also managing brand and content strategy for the first time in my professional experience through a long-term project on MTL, the home of stainless steel. Besides the challenges and impact of my achievements and key growth I saw in my processes and realization part, I think a big portion of my DPS reflective journey has to do with the way that I upgraded my skills in that realm through wall blog entries. So the blog entries ended up being exactly the right reflective and analysis oriented outlet to review my progress and direct me towards future projects. The structure and the word count limit also made me stay focused on the term's main theme. It was a great starting point to my personal theater analysis and work decisions. My thesis question is, to what extent is design thinking accessible and systemic for SME implementation? From the Urge Collective and its members, I was able to find a great source of understanding the process of design transformation and challenges within sustainable design education. For my long-term professional contract based in the non-creative industry, it helped me understand the process of design implementation in the business strategy and staff training. And for my SIP project, I was able to hone down on the process and the guide I'll be able to develop in my final project as well. And lastly, through the Selfridges sustainability strategy and business model implementation, I was able to understand the difficulties with knowledge in the creative industry that still arises in the top corporate level and companies situated in creative hubs. All of those will contribute to my primary research and case studies then developed into my thesis and final project. The big important part for me when it comes to my strategist work was being able to position myself within the field and understanding that the redesigning of backend processes and rethinking broader organizational mission through design strategy is something that I would like to consider in my practice. Through that and through the whole DPS experience, I was able to guide my practice and guide my work and align it with the future plans. Finally, I believe the experience of DPS year made me realize an importance of design strategist work, not only in the creative industry, but especially in SME and non-creative implementation. And my objective for the years to come will be making design strategy and design thinking more accessible and systemic for those organizations and institutions.